Welcome to Split Screen, a production of Love OV, and I screwed things off right up the bat. Welcome to Split Screen, a production of Love OV and presented by Harvey Goodman Realtors and ClickHarvey.com. If you are in the market to buy or sell a home, Scott Connors from Harvey Goodman says it is a seller's market. If you're looking to sell, Harvey Goodman has all the resources you need to get it done quickly and easily. When's the last time you heard those terms when you were trying to sell your house? Quickly and easily with ClickHarvey.com. And if you're looking to buy, now's a good time to do it. ClickHarvey.com has hundreds of homes for sale in the Ohio Valley right now, ready for you and your family to make a relocation, whether it's across the street or across town. Harvey Goodman Realtors and ClickHarvey.com, the presenters of Split Screen. We have an absolutely spectacular show lined up for you today. We're going to bring on our guest. She has many congratulations coming her way, Miss Rosemary Ketchum. Hey, Rosemary.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us. I know you've been super busy for the last week. In fact, I heard you were on MSNBC recently. You were on some of the big national cable news outlets. So to make time for a big timer like me, a small timer like me, I'm honored. Thank you very much.
No, I'm grateful. Thank you.
So last week, anybody that has not been following your story, last week you were elected to City Council in Wheeling, 3rd Ward, and I've got a headline here from the Intel. Ketchum makes history, the first out transgender person ever elected in the state of West Virginia. That's amazing. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah.
So what's the actually, you know what? I got one other headline I want to bring up because this was a good one. This is from last week. I love this. Ketchum makes history. There's your picture right there. But this one from the day before, Ketchum catches 3rd Ward seat. Now, if you'll notice, you get the headline, you get the big story, and poor Mayor Glenn Elliott gets the little tiny. When's the last time a city council person got the headline over the mayor?
Oh, bless his heart. We love him. Yeah.
Nothing against Glenn Elliott, great guy, I love him, but I just thought that was hilarious that you triumphed. You got the big headline on that. Yeah. That was awesome. So take me back. You've been in Wheeling a number of years. You've been involved in just a million different things, everything going on, and you decided to run for city council to just stay involved in your community here in Wheeling. Tell me your story. What's going on?
Yeah, so I've been a community organizer in the state of West Virginia for quite a few years now, working around issues including poverty and opioid addiction, LGBTQ equality, racial justice, all those kinds of wonderful things. And as a grassroots organizer, I loved the idea of being the underdog and kind of scrappy and kind of sticking it to the man. And I never thought that I had a place in politics. The folks who were politicians didn't look like me or live like me. And so it really never crossed my mind. But, I've said in other interviews, the reason, the kind of catalyst for me was the realization that the obstacles that we experienced weren't always the, kind of systemic or structural issues that we were working against. We had policies for that. We had solutions that seemed foolproof. The obstacles were inevitably the elected officials that we were up against. So I realized that it's probably more efficient and a lot more fun to replace them rather than trying to convince them.
That's a heck of a plan. Now, that's also a heck of an undertaking. So you've been part of this grassroots movement, and I know you were involved in a number of groups statewide that have been trying to boost the popularity of grassroots campaigns and keeping big money out of politics, that sort of thing. What has that been like to really start in a place where 10 years ago even was almost an impossible situation, and now we're seeing a lot of candidates, much like yourself, that are growing these grassroots campaigns and getting a lot of attention?
Yeah, I think there is inherent power in occupying a space that wasn't built for you, and we're seeing a shift in politics across the country, especially right now. I mean, it's Pride Month, and we had a ruling from the highest court in the land that was incredibly historic. We had another one today regarding DACA recipients. So we're seeing a shift in our country that I think is progressive. And in regards to the candidates who decide to run, I think I'm not unique in the feelings that I had being frustrated and kind of fed up. And I'm just impatient enough to run for office. And I find that a lot of other folks across the country are realizing that, at the end of the day, they're the boss. Their vote is the difference between whether somebody gets elected that kind of reflects their values and the person who doesn't. So I hope that, our small race in the city of Wheeling can hopefully influence other folks to run.
So let's go to the third ward of Wheeling City Council. You're going to be overseeing the third ward. First of all, for anybody that's not from Wheeling or not from the third ward, what areas of Wheeling does that cover?
It's the best ward. We make up East Wheeling, South Wheeling, Center Wheeling, and Mozart. Our ward is incredibly diverse in, the communities that we serve, in, the businesses and services that we offer. I really, really love, and I think that our ward has some of the best opportunity for growth. So we have a lot of work to do in this area, but I'm very excited to start working.
What are some of your big plans for the third ward?
Well, it's no surprise that we've been working on issues regarding homelessness for quite some time now, not just me, but organizations that we've worked with, including Catholic Charities, the House of Agar, NAMI, other organizations. And that doesn't end, it only begins the real work now that I've been elected, because it is such it is an economic, issue that we're experiencing. It's also a moral issue, I think, the city of Wheeling experiences. I find it hard to call us the friendly city when our homeless population exists in such a desperate way. And we are, really doing some good things at a grassroots level to serve the community. But I hope that, with my representation on city council and my experience in the mental health field, we can really help bridge the gap in regards to resources and services that we offer, so that we can really, I think, provide a holistic approach toward our homeless community. So that's one of the issues that we're really focused on.
A quick question. I know we're not going to dive too heavy into politics and stuff, but I'm curious about the homeless population. And I think it's one of those things where for many years, and this goes back decades and decades and decades, that things like homelessness are often easier to just ignore than they are to address. And you reach a point where you have to address it, but I don't know that anybody really knows what the answer is. And I'm going to assume that you don't specifically know what the answer is either, but you're working towards a solution. What do you think would be the biggest step forward into trying to rectify that situation?
Exactly. There isn't a single answer here. And I think the word that I used before, holistic, comprehensive, is really the key here. If it were as easy as giving somebody a home, we could have solved it already. But homelessness is far more complicated than that. And I think, our experience with COVID has really exacerbated and compounded, homelessness in the city of Wheeling in a way that has people who are compassionate really fed up, and folks who really aren't compassionate, around, the issue of homelessness, they're even more fed up and angry and on social media. So, it's a really, really powerful question, because I believe that mental health is a foundational component to, ending and preventing homelessness. And when we lost our psychiatric inpatient unit at Hillcrest in OVMC, that was a huge, it was a huge kind of detriment to, the services that we can offer and the maintenance that we can provide. So, making sure we can improve and advance the services that we already offer and can offer in the future in regards to mental health is really important. And housing. I mean, folks need housing. This is just true. I ran on a platform of affordable housing, which is not necessarily synonymous with public housing, which is really important to understand. I'm a proponent of public housing, but we need a balance. That's for sure. So there are a few ways we can tackle this issue. And one of the things I want to do, I haven't spoken to Mayor Elliott or Vice Mayor Thalman about this yet, but I want to build a task force of the people who are already doing this work in the city already, but building a task force so that they can have a city leverage on tackling homelessness. So we're just getting started, but I think that those are a few really good places to begin.
Let's go back to the beginning of your campaign. You ran a very grassroots campaign. A lot. I follow you on Instagram, so I know that you were knocking on doors like a lot. You were getting a lot of miles in your shoes. Probably wore a couple of sneakers out on the way. So you go around, you knock on doors, and you're talking to people that live in that ward. What are some of the biggest things they bring up? Because I know a lot of times people aren't really all that focused on exactly what's happening, the nuances of local politics, exactly what's going on. Did you get a lot of odd requests from people that maybe bring up some things that were out of the ordinary?
Yeah, so like I said before, our ward is incredibly diverse. I live in East Wheeling on 14th Street, and my community looks very different than the community that I know in Mozart.
Right.
So the kind of requests and the concerns and the perspectives are very different. And so I'm excited to really bring a nuanced and flexible approach to the way that we're going to govern here. The issues that were most common and I think explicit among all wards included vacant properties. That is an issue that not a single neighborhood does not face and deal with every single day. Potholes and infrastructure, those are incredibly concerning. And right now, I think what we're really coming to understand are the implications around racial justice and equity in, the city of Wheeling and representation. And those are kind of the bigger questions and concerns that folks are just now really talking to me about and concerned about. So, and of course, lastly, I think, economic vitality and prosperity is on everybody's mind. We have Center Market in our ward and South Wheeling, which I think has a lot of kind of economic opportunity for development. So, it kind of all the issues run the gambit, but people really are focused and passionate about what happens in the city. Even if they don't know all the details, they know what they care about.
Are you from Wheeling originally, Rosemary?
No, I'm not from Wheeling. I grew up in East Liverpool, Ohio, and
so you're from the area.
Yeah, it's all the valley, and I moved to Wheeling in 2010. And that provided its own obstacle because running for local office. I wasn't born here. I didn't have kids here. I didn't go to high school here. All of those things really help you connect with voters. And it was an obstacle I needed to overcome. And I'm grateful that folks who were thoughtful enough to, still hear me out, even though I wasn't, really born in Wheeling, West Virginia.
Yeah, you've built quite a reputation though in town though. I mean, you've only been here 10 years. I thought it was longer than that because I feel like I've been hearing about all the great works of Rosemary Ketchum for quite a long time.
I apologize.
But I tell you, you said you moved here in 2010. I've been working in downtown on and off. There was a 4-year period I didn't work in downtown, but I've worked in Wheeling since 2005. Now, and I always say from 2005 to now, over the last 15 years, Wheeling has gone through just an amazing change. I think people that are just coming here now for the first time would go back and not even recognize the city in 2005. I think there have been a lot of great things happen in the last 15 years.
Yeah, for sure. And one of the most heartfelt things that's happening, that our campaign is getting this national media attention. Folks are reaching out to me who were born in Wheeling or lived their adolescence here and moved away. I've had folks from Portland and DC and Pennsylvania say, I had no idea Wheeling could do this. I had no idea that you guys were growing so fast. And, I'm so grateful that we get to have this platform to really redefine what it means to live in Wheeling and to love the friendly city. And hopefully we can kind of continue that momentum.
Awesome. So let's get into some fun topics. What are your favorite spots? I know you don't want to pick favorites, but what are some of your favorite spots in your ward? Where do you like to go hang out?
Oh, great question. Pre-COVID, I loved
back when everything was normal.
Center Market is such a blast. I love going to Later Gator. Hoagie King in South Wheeling is like a secret gem that people don't.
I was just going to say it's a hidden gem in Wheeling. I agree.
What else? I love going to Sarah's, who doesn't, of course. Those are a few of my favorite. Oh, and the calzones at the Chelli's, I can't live without.
Yeah. I got another hidden gem. Can I share a hidden gem that at least I think is a hidden gem in East Wheeling?
Oh, Good Mansion.
Oh, well, everybody, Good Mansion, of course, but this one's legit. This, I think, is the best lunch that you can get in East Wheeling right now.
Where?
The deli at Neely's.
Oh, of course.
The deli at Neely's. You cannot get a better sandwich anywhere in town.
Yeah, no, absolutely. People sleep on Neely's. The folks who live here don't, but those who don't live in Ward, really, they got to get going there.
Yeah, now that I work on 16th Street in Jacob, so I'm like, I can walk to Neely's and go get my lunch, and I'm over there all the time.
That's one of the wonderful things about Wheeling is that everything is so accessible. I find I live on 14th Street. There were a few years where I didn't drive. I didn't own a vehicle, but I didn't really notice it because everything is walkable and accessible at least in our ward downtown here. So that's one of the things I really love about living in the city of Wheeling. Wheeling
is very walkable, even between areas like downtown and Main Street down to Center Market. That's easily walkable. It's not a difficult walk to get around those areas. All right, let's go to the comments. We do this a lot. We'll go to the comments and see what people are saying. Charles says, Rosemary is articulate, compassionate, and intelligent. Exactly what the city needs. Very nice compliment.
Thank you.
I think there's an inside joke in this one. Jane says, congratulations. I love your enthusiasm, Rosemary. Best of luck, doll. She called you doll. and may you shine like your mirror ball keychain.
Oh, I love you, Jane. Yes.
She'll understand what that means. I don't understand it, but.
Yes. Inside joke. I love you, Jane. Thank you.
Mikey says, happy 10 years in Wheeling to infinity and beyond. Okay, Mikey says mac and cheese pizza. Where is the mac and cheese pizza?
Honestly,
what is that, Mikey? I don't know.
I don't know if I love the sound of that or hate the sound of that. Is Market Plaza in Ward 3?
I think I kind of like the sound of it. It sounds kind of good. It sounds like what my son eats. He eats stuff like that all the time.
Mac
and cheese pizza. Where is the? Oh, no.
Market Plaza. That's not in our ward, unfortunately. But
Market Plaza is not Ward 3. Yeah, that's downtown. Is that what ward is downtown? The Market in Maine there.
That would be Ward 2.
Ward 2.
Like I think it ends at DeCarlo's. I think that's kind of where the
okay.
Off.
Okay.
That's a little strange.
And Mikey says Neely's Deli hot sausage sandwich. I've not had it. Oh, Mikey says Vicelli's has the mac and cheese pizza. I didn't know that. I have to try that. Every single split screen show we do, it always devolves into me talking about food. Who lets this continue?
Yeah, it's projected.
Why do we keep doing this? Well, congratulations, Rosemary. I'm excited for you. So, real quick before we finish up, we only got a couple minutes left. But what was it like after the election last week? You were getting calls. You were on MSNBC and a few other big things. What was that experience like for you?
It was incredible. It was overwhelming, but in the best way possible. I got calls from CNN, MSNBC. This morning, I did an interview with the Netherlands TV. And so it is totally unexpected. I thought if I get into the Gazette Mail, I had so now that we've kind of expanded, I'm incredibly humbled to be able to represent West Virginia in a way. So hopefully we can keep this positivity going.
You're off to a great start. Congratulations and good luck to you. When do you officially take office?
July 1st.
Wow, that's like 2 weeks or a week and a half from now.
It's coming up.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. Good luck to you, and I look forward to seeing what you're doing for Wheeling. It's great.
Thank you. I appreciate
Rosemary Ketchum, Wheeling City Council, Ward 3. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you next time, okay?
Bye.
Okay, that is Split Screen. Thank you so much, Rosemary, for joining us. And thank you for watching. We'll be back with you again on Monday for a brand new episode of Split Screen. And keep your eyes open for a new TV spot featuring yours truly, whether you like it or not. It's happening. All right, so that is Split Screen. Harvey Goodman Realtors and ClickHarvey.com, the one-stop shop for you if you are buying or selling a home. ClickHarvey.com. They have hundreds of homes for sale for you to see, and if you're looking to sell, they have all the resources you need to get it done quickly and easily at ClickHarvey.com. That's Split Screen, a production of Love OV. We'll see you Monday.